Previously on Sister Wives.
Someone who does not share this hopeful outlook is Christine. She conveys why the courtship is giving her pause. Kody sealed their engagement with a kiss. This caused Christine to freak out since this stepped outside of the territory of propriety in a plural courtship.
Robyn, I was really upset when I found out that Kody kissed you to seal your engagement. I never meant to hurt you. Christine! That totally breaks my heart. I promise I'll never do anything to break your trust again. Please forgive me. Kody, tell everybody I'm going into labor. Also, can you get me a change of clothes?
Righto. Robyn, Christine's getting induced today. Just thought you ought to know. I'm gonna go tell everyone else now.
Just a sec. Let me plant a wet one on you first.
You want to do that? That's definitely going to hurt Christine's feelings.
I know. That's what makes it hot.
I'm going to meet some dude online and fall in love and want to leave my family.
The first 20 years, I don't know, are not going to be really great. And if they are great, then somebody's lying.
I mean, having favorites is not okay. If you want a successful family, you don't have favorites.
I am not married to 3 other women.
Respect should be multiplied, not divided.
Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Angie, this is my husband Tim, and today we are recapping from a below average dollhouse.
Apparently Robyn's dream is a shelf that's been filled with various doll bits and carpet offcuts.
I have some words about stepdaddy Paul's construction of this.
I would have used felt instead of carpet. And
Was it carpet?
Yeah, there were real-size shag carpeting inside of it.
So I must have taken that from the samples sections of the Home Depot.
Felt is dirt cheap. It would have been easier. And you can cut that with scissors.
Okay, so for announcements, we are partially back from our hiatus. I'm just trying to get into the groove of doing recaps again. What with the news of season 19 airing in possibly late August? I don't really have any announcements.
Good, let's just get into it.
Okay.
First off, I just want to say that watching these season 1 episodes is shocking because they're only 20 minutes long and they fast forward through footage because they have too much. And also everybody looks like babies.
Well, they only fast forwarded through the part where the cars were driving.
I know, but if that was happening today, that would be an entire episode.
I mean, the drone footage is sped up.
But there's a lot of it, though.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get into this.
So, Sister Wives Season 1, Episode 4, Third Wife in Labor. So, the episode starts off with a shot of Truly's crib. A lot of pink blankets, pink plushies in there. And then the children are all touching Christine's belly, which, of course, has Truly in it. Kody then starts to feel around for the fetus. And this is when you said he's dressing as if he's going to work all the time, which at this point is true. He's still a salesman who works 60 hours a week.
Allegedly.
But that trend never stopped because, as we know, as soon as they got to Vegas, I don't think he has that schedule anymore.
He's just got so many big puffy shirts that are 3 times too big for him and giant watches that were purchased with TLC money. Yeah, the man cosplays like he has a job.
But he technically had one this time.
I'm still not convinced.
Okay. Then in the couch confessionals, Janelle says Christine had a miscarriage sometime in 2007, 2008. She says a year ago, and I'm assuming they're filming this in 2009. Janelle just says Christine could have died, which is why she's going the hospital route this time.
And by the end of the episode, Christine is very much convinced that she was a fool for not doing it in the hospital all along.
We'll get to why they did hospital versus home births. We see Kody about to drive the family Suburban / Tahoe. Not sure what kind of car that is, which, by the way, is an appropriate sized car as opposed to that 2-seater Lexus.
It's a real people mover.
I think he did bring 2 of his daughters in that Lexus, but it was very cramped in the back.
Yeah, he had to stack them foot to feet like shrimp.
So they tell us that Robyn's wedding is 8 weeks away. Her wedding is going to be in June, making this April, obviously.
You can see it on the monitor.
And they also say Mary's anniversary is upcoming as well. By the way, Mary's and Kody's anniversary is April 21st. As of right now, Kody and Christina are going to the doctor. And this is when Christine says that she asked Robyn to go over to her house and take charge of the household. Or, no, she asked Robyn to watch her kids. So take Christine's kids over to Robyn's house and watch them.
But I thought that Christine was always against Robyn's family being part of the family.
No, Kody's a liar.
What?
It seems from the get-go, Christine tried to implement Robyn in as many opportunities for the family to mesh.
Who would have thought that Kody was a liar? My mind is blown.
We skip to a scene where the kids that are young enough to be babysat are at Robyn's house.
They play humorous music to display exactly how chaotic it is.
We see McKelty, who is the nanny at this point, playing with the young girls. Robyn is making muffins with some of them in the kitchen. And she tells us going from 3 kids to 15 is overwhelming. I was suspicious about that because, obviously, as we'll see in later seasons, she doesn't really become a mother to anyone but her own part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how overwhelming that was for you.
Well, she's full of garbage. What can I say?
She starts to cry, no surprise to the viewers, saying that she is able to take on all of these children because she herself has had a stepfather step in and become that role of her actual father. So it's easy to extend that.
I think this represents 90% of the tears that Robyn has displayed on the show. Either that or her tear ducts have dried up since then because there are real tears in this.
Yeah, she was actually crying in the confessional. I think something was wrong with her eyes in season 18 because nothing.
Dry as a bone.
And then Mary responds to Robyn saying, "Who says where you can draw the line of who you can love?" Which, that was a contradictory statement from episode 1 where she says that they don't go weird, aka they don't go lesbian.
Well, she doesn't support people doing things that are weird, only things that are normal, like one man neglecting 3 wives.
Goodness. I don't know.
She was raised in it. If anybody here should know that this isn't normal, it's Kody.
Yeah, and Janelle.
Janelle doesn't get a pass.
I don't know what Janelle's version of normal is, because her version is to not see her husband for 4 months at a time.
Or not have electricity for the same amount.
Living the RV life.
She's built different.
Mary talks about her own pregnancies. She was married in 1990. It wasn't until 5 years into her marriage that she was able to conceive and get Leon. And then when Leon was 12, Mary had another pregnancy, but unfortunately that ended in a miscarriage. Very sad. I think Mary, she made a post, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, where she said something along the lines of, if her miscarriage was alive today, it would have been a son that would be 15 years old. And then we are at the hospital. Christine is lying in a hospital bed, and both of them are talking to Dr. Bean, their OBGYN. As you know, Kody gets excited because he's having his 13th kid, and then Christine gives him the idea that we should induce today because he's going to have his 13th child on April 13th. Kody is at first adverse to the idea, saying, what if her birthday is on Friday the 13th? And Christine says, well, we're not superstitious. Kody eventually comes around to the idea to induce today. I mean, Christine is a week overdue. You might as well. Dr. Bean is completely disinterested about whether this is such an amazing idea.
You could see clearly on his face, he's thinking, well, if you want to base your life on arbitrary BS like that, go ahead.
He's just thinking, I just have a job to do. she's way overdue. This might as well happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna deliver this baby.
Does it really matter? The answer's no.
Mm-mm. Then the hospital workers go into some small talk with Christine. The nurse goes, oh, I've had polygamist ancestors, so the fact that I'm getting filmed for this new polygamist show does not really offend me.
I think it's important to point out that we don't believe that a person should be condemned for actions taken out by their ancestors. People should be condemned by the stuff they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Weird topic to bring up. I mean, you've had polygamist ancestors.
Yes. Technically, the majority of human history that has had polygamous ancestors. But that doesn't mean I'm okay with polygamy now.
I'm pretty sure she just said that just to calm Christine down, who obviously, this is her first hospital experience giving birth.
Also, this is back when the show was new, novel, and it's so brave to come out and say that you're a polygamist on TV. And it was the learning channel, you know? This is where people go when they're just trying to learn.
Oh, speaking of learning, Robyn explains why there is a mentality of giving birth at home versus in the hospital, because they ask you all of these questions and they're afraid that the man is known to be a polygamist, he's going to be taken to jail.
It's a fear of secular authority. It's a control mechanism of cults so that they can't run away from the cult because they're afraid of all of the bad people who aren't part of the cult. How can you be a good person? You're not in my cult.
Because I don't know if giving birth at home had everything to do with being fearful of secular government, because obviously they're public now. 5 or 3 seasons in, and Robyn continues to have childbirths at home. So I think this also has to do with preference.
It's about virtue.
Maybe.
She's saying, look at me, I'm doing it just like my pioneer ancestors. I'm so better than Christine.
If you've had births at home, then good on you.
But you might want to listen to Christine at the end of this episode because she's changed her mind.
I don't want people to come for me who've had home births.
No, I mean, that's...
Live your life as you see fit.
That seems really, really tough and really impressive, but I'm not sure if there's a convincing reason to do it.
We get into a scene where Christine says that she's never had an epidural before. Then Janelle says that she's just glad Christine is taking the hospital route. I think she mentioned that Christine hemorrhaged and almost died. So that's very bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. It's a miracle she's alive.
We go back to Robyn's house again. Robyn is, of course, wearing a shirt over long sleeve tee. The shirt is pink with white outlines of angel wings on it. She's wearing a white headband that's also ponytailed up. And, of course, those jeans that she is known for. And this is where you said she dresses like she's in middle school or she's 14.
She dresses like she's in middle school.
Because we do know in later seasons she does start to wear the flowered blouses like the other wives.
I think it's because she's trying to become more matronly. I mean, she's not part of the AUB anymore, but...
Is she? I figured she was.
Oh, is she?
I don't know.
Because she starts to dress more and more like a polygamist.
As the seasons go on.
Yeah.
Or she's in the mindset of, I'm the matron of this family now. I need to dress like it.
She definitely changes the way that she presents herself, which I guess is natural, but it's a real 180.
And then we cut back to the hospital. Aspen is there, and she says that she would very much like to see the delivery of her sister. Very brave 15-year-old.
I wouldn't have been brave enough to wear that eyeliner.
You said that no one wore good eyeliner in this episode.
I don't know. The issue I had is that everyone who wore heavy eyeliner has very fair skin, so you can't see their eyebrows. And so they kind of had a Mona Lisa thing going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a good look.
They get better as they grow up.
Marginally.
Kody talks to Robyn of the plans concerning Christine. He tells Robyn to instruct the older ones to watch some of the little ones because the entire family will only be able to see the baby for an hour. which I was surprised that the whole family was able to be in one room and see Truly at all, because in 2009, my baby cousin was born. I was a junior in high school at the time, and my brother, who's 11 years younger than me, was not allowed to see the baby because he had to be over 14 or 15 or something.
It's celebrity privilege. Or not celebrity, it's TLC privilege.
Yeah, so I was very surprised that all members of the family, every child, was able to be in that little room.
I think it was ridiculous. People are in there with actual health stuff going on.
After Kody gives Robyn the deets, he, of course, has to head back to the Lehigh house, pack Christine some clothes, and possibly a toothbrush and stuff. Which, by the way, when people are expecting to be induced, I heard it's actually good practice to have a bug-out bag or something in case that is going to happen.
I think the more interesting thing is that Kody took this opportunity to change his clothes.
Yeah, I did the animation wrong. He actually had a different shirt, because the shirt he had when he met up with Robyn was a plaid blue one. I was too lazy to change it. And of course, after he tells Robyn all of this, he proceeds to walk out of the house. Robyn runs after him. She closes the door behind her, and you can hear giggling that's going on. The subtitles say what Kody is saying. He goes, "They ain't got a clue." What do we not have a clue about? That you're making out?
Or that they got nasty and that's why he had to change his clothes. I'm more than happy to sow bull into the universe concerning these people. We'll be coming up with something absolutely stupid, like Robyn got her head stuck between the banister and the stairs, and Cody's got to get it out. And then we come up with 20 minutes of footage.
That's how we'll recap season 19. That way we don't support Kody. We just make up the season. Oh, we won't do that. Just to be clear.
Or not. Maybe.
Okay. So, obviously, the fact that he's kissing Robyn is a contradiction from last episode when Christine was extremely upset that they sealed their engagement with a kiss because they weren't sealed yet. And here they are, kissing again. Still not sealed. So, I wonder what Christine thought when she watched this back.
She probably thought, well, I'm just gotta suck it up because I need to be a better person. And this will make me a better person.
Yep. As they say, polygamy purifies all of the nasty, nasty, sinful stuff out of you.
It turns out it just purifies you of all of your will. And leaves behind a husk.
Ugh. That is so sad.
I know it is.
After Kody kisses Robyn, he goes, "I've got a wife in labor. I'm not going to sit here kissing my girlfriend." As he kisses his girlfriend as his wife is in labor.
He thinks that he had pulled a fast one on us.
Yes.
He's a lying liar that lies.
I mean, nothing has changed. Kody has this tendency to say stuff, and he thinks that that'll will it into existence, even though there's footage of it.
Yeah.
We cut to the hospital again. There is a short scene of the nurse explaining to Christine what an IV does.
And that's when we put this in this, and we do this. And she goes, "That's what that's for." Welcome to the marvels of the 20th century.
And then after she tells her, "You'll have all the wives in here to have epidurals," which of course doesn't happen because Ari and Sal are born in the Vegas houses. Kody tries to make a joke saying, "Will you dull those needles on purpose?" The epidural needle.
Yeah, Angie was saying that if I had said that I might have gotten that epidural needle in my eye.
It's like, don't make jokes. Don't suggest those things to the doctor.
I'm sorry, childbirth and labor is not a joking matter, especially when it's Christmas for you, Kody. I'm sorry, Kody. It's so hard for you to sit there with a smile just waiting for your Christmas present.
Yeah, he says that all the time whenever a kid is born. He goes, "I can be 12 again. It's Christmas again." I don't know.
Just like a 12-year-old boy, you stopped playing with that toy 6 months after you got it.
It was such a apt but very sad analogy.
Anyway, let's keep going.
We get to my favorite part of the episode, where Robyn explains how polygamy functions. She introduces the dollhouse her stepdad made for her, which is basically, as Tim says, it's just a shelf with a roof over it.
Yeah, they've got gables on it and cuts of carpet inside of it. It's very basic.
It sucks.
If you were a little girl, that's probably good enough, but I wouldn't call it a dream.
Mm-mm. Yeah, she goes, this dollhouse was my dream since I was a little girl. And now I have more girls, as she hugs Isabel. The Pixies, aka Gwendolyn, Aurora, Brianna, Isabel, and Savannah, are playing with the Barbies, and they are fighting over who gets to be the Ken doll, the patriarch of the family. This is when Robyn tells them Daddy goes to all the different houses. So if Dad is able to share his time between each house, then you should share the Daddy doll.
We should record this and then send it back to Robyn.
Because obviously in season 18, that isn't the case where the dad spends equal time at each house. Robyn, who makes an office in your own house so Kody can spend all his time there.
I mean, sometimes the Ken doll just wants to spend time where all of his stuff is.
I can see why Kody just wanted one big house.
That would be so crappy to have to go to a different house every day. I can't find a shirt I'm looking for on a weekly basis. How am I supposed to do that if I've got shirts everywhere?
I think that's why in the beginning, Christine says that Kody needs triplicates of everything. So do 4 offices, 4 computers.
They're not smart enough to do a network.
I don't know. Did that technology exist in 2013?
I mean, yes, but not for most people. Also, what does he need a computer for? He doesn't have a job.
Again, he's cosplaying.
He needs an office?
He has other jobs.
Oh, whatever.
Okay. We're at the hospital again. Kody is asking Dr. Bean if he has any good recommendations on IVF specialist.
Well, at first he says a fertility.
Oh, a fertility doctor?
Mm-hmm. And the doctor has no worldly idea what this guy is going on about.
Yeah, because obviously he's about to have another kid from a fertile wife. And that's when Kody has to clarify it's for his first wife who only has one.
One what? Ovary?
One kid. That's the business I am. It's kids.
That is so disturbing.
Yeah, because it's all about just pumping up the numbers.
Can we add back in the part where I said he should be arrested?
Anyways, he goes, that's the business I'm in, is kids. And then he tries to laugh off the fact that he was bringing up IVF when Christine is a few feet away from him, because he tries to justify that, saying Mary and Christine have a close relationship anyways, which I don't think they do.
Doubt.
We're at the point where Christine is giving birth, and there's a lot of pushing. Truly pops out. She's very cute. And at the end of all of that, Christine just goes, that was so easy. That was amazingly easy.
You can see her life flashing in her eyes
as she encounters the wonders of 20th century medical technology. 21st?
Yeah, 20th.
Oh, okay.
She's from a world that has the same level of technology as the Civil War. She's in shock, going, God, that's how easy it could have been all along. What did I do to myself?
Yeah, it's like I had to suffer for no reason. But
a lot of people who grew up in cults and got out face that.
Mm-hmm. If you watch Benjamin Brown's reviews of season 1, he does comment on how Christine's attitude is very reminiscent of what people that have gotten out of a cult feel like, where they experience something new and they realize they didn't have to have it so hard the entirety of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Then Aspen chimes in. She says, I did see the birth, but as soon as the head started coming out, I looked away because I was scared. Then fast forward, all the wives are now getting ready to go to the hospital. Robyn goes, this is what a family is like, as she holds Truly for the first time. Brown chaos is very special.
It's just chaos and neglect.
Mm-hmm. Janelle says it's like expecting another child without having to do all the work.
Which is kind of Janelle all the time. Christine did all the work.
Yes. And then after that is done, Christine, Kody, and Truly obviously go home. And we see a montage of the newborn in her crib in front of a gigantic gun safe.
Mm-hmm. American security.
Because when I first heard there was a gun safe, because I'm not very keen on actually watching the episode, I usually just listen to it in the background. But in Surviving Sister Wives, when they first commented that there was a gun safe, I'm like, okay, fine, there's like a safe. But I didn't realize that the safe was the height of a person.
It's a gun safe. They're huge.
I didn't know that. we see Truly being cute as a button, and all I could think about was, I guess, 2 seasons in is when Kody tells everyone she's not going to be the little one anymore.
She wore out her welcome.
So enjoy it while it lasts, Truly.
Who was the kid that picked her up and put her in the crib? Isabel? She looks so small, and the whole time I'm thinking, don't drop that kid, don't drop that kid.
So that is it for episode 4. Sorry we're not consistent in rewatching this.
We had stuff to do.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to take the dog out.
Yeah. Please, TLC, go back to 21-minute episodes.
Please.
We'll see you maybe in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.